The Supreme Court have recently denied the review petition that was filed by the Tamil Nadu government related to Mekedatu conflict. Now, this Mekedatu dam or the reservoir is basically on the Cauvery River, and this has once again, started the feud or the conflict that had started, or it has the roots to the British era. Now, when it comes to the conflict about the Cauvery River dispute, so the conflict dates back to the British era, where there was Mysore, that was a princely state, as well as Madras, that was the presidency. Now, the dispute was about the sharing of the Cauvery River, and there was the agreement that was signed in 1892 and 1924. Now, this granted Madras the dominance over the irrigation development of the Cauvery River. Later on, after the independence, the changes in the state borders as well as the soaring population that have sparked the major disputes, as the Karnataka, it built dams which changed the flows to the Tamil Nadu. Now, over here, this is very important to note that this 1924 agreement, it was the historical milestone, and it had 50 years of the validity. Now, this validity, it expired in 1974. That led to unmitigated legal, political and the hydrological clashes, and that is why when it comes to the most disputed river in India, it is the Cauvery River, which had been the most disputed since the past. Now, when it comes to the Mekedatu reservoir, so basically it is a balancing reservoir. Now, what is a reservoir, or what is a balancing reservoir? The balancing reservoir is designed not to extract extra water from the system, but it is actually to buffer and store the seasonal rainfall surplus that is there. Otherwise, this surplus, it would drain unutilized into the sea, and that is what the balancing reservoir is it. Now, as per the Karnataka's logic, it will help managing the water releases to the Tamil Nadu during the bad monsoon years by utilizing the high flow months which are there. At the same time, when it comes to the hydropower component, so this reservoir, there is plan to integrate a 400 megawatt hydropower project as well, so that it will leverage the natural drop at the Mekedatu Gorge or the Gold Sleep, where the Arkavati, it joins the Cauvery River. Now, here the Tamil Nadu had objected because it said that any upstream reservoir that is constructed, it will change the nature-free or the natural free-flow catchment system, and it will alter the scheduled water tables downstream as well. Now, over here, it is very important when it comes to the interstate river systems, the geography, it actually dictates the control. The upper riparian state, they have the control about the flow of the river, but at the same time, we also must remember that the law, it must dictate equity in the case of interstate or interwater, the rivers which are there, interstate water rivers or the interstate rivers. Now, when it comes to Mekedatu, over here, this is a complete milestone of the project or the reservoir. In 2013, the proposal was set up by the Karnataka, where it had plans of 5,912 crore reservoir near Ramnagara to secure the drinking water. Now, this is in the south of Bengaluru, where we have south of Bengaluru, there it is located. Now, there was a Supreme Court ruling in 2018 where it has modified the Cauvery allocations. And the CWC or the Central Water Commission, it had permitted a detailed project report for the Mekedatu reservoir. Later in 2024, the Cauvery Water Management Authority or CWMA, it had returned the DPR to the CWC or Central Water Commission for extensive technical as well as interstate clearances. Now, this is the clash that we are seeing right now in May, where Tamil Nadu government, it had filed a petition, a review petition about the Mekedatu reservoir in the Supreme Court, where Supreme Court have denied to intervene in between. At the same time, there is the reports as well that the Karnataka government, they are readying for the laying down of the foundation stone for the reservoir. And now there is another development that has come to the light, that the Tamil Nadu recent appointed Chief Minister, that is Vijay, he has urged or he has written a letter to the Prime Minister Modi for denying this DPR or for cancelling the DPR, because it will alter the flow of the Cauvery River into Tamil Nadu region or in Tamil Nadu state. Now, here it is very important to understand the river flow catchments. There are uncontrolled catchment areas. Now, there are the regions which are between the dams like KRS in Karnataka and also the Biligundlu Gorging Station. Now the regions which are between these regions, over here what happens is the rain, it flows directly and naturally to the Tamil Nadu. Also, when it comes to the Mekedatu, it will intercept this exact uncontrolled flow, the uncontrolled flow that is happening during the monsoon season, and Tamil Nadu, it fears that it will lose the natural unregulated flows that happens during the monsoon season that protects the farmer during the distress years as well. Now, at Mekedatu, the Arkavati River joins the Cauvery River. So, there is confluence of Arkavati and Cauvery River. The spot marks that there is a deep gorge that is there, and it marks the perfect spot for the natural dam or the natural reservoir that could be constructed here. There is also, when it comes to the riparian geopolitics, it is very important that when there is a reservoir that is constructed very close to the lower riparian state or the border, that is nearly about 4 kilometers, the higher geopolitical anxiety is there for the lower riparian state, that is here we have the Tamil Nadu, and ultimately that is the anxiety that is building up in Tamil Nadu right now. Now, why this dispute is boiling, I have told you that the Karnataka government, the Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar, he have announced that there are the preparations going on for the Bhumi Puja or for laying down of the foundation stone, and compensatory forest identification had been done, and they are planning to submit the revised DPR to the CWC. Also, when it comes to Tamil Nadu, so Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Joseph Vijay have written to the Prime Minister Modi requesting a direct rejection of Karnataka's DPR, citing that this is a clear violation of the Supreme Court's 2018 verdict. Now, over here, it is very important to note that when the amount of the water that flows through the Tamil Nadu, that will be altered. So, there is the Delta region farmers which are there in Tamil Nadu, they will be impacted and they will be affected. And they have this anxiety that if the water flow, it will be regulated, so there will be depletion of the flow during the crucial Kuruvai crop season, and they will lose the crop because of the loss of the irrigation facilities that the Cauvery River it provides. Now, it is also very important to see this complete perspective from the constitutional angle, because we have Article 262. Now, Article 262 as well as Schedule 7, that is about the division of the powers between centre and the union. So, according to Article 262, Clause 1, the Parliament, it may by law provide for the adjudication of any dispute relating to the waters. Alright, and that is for the interstate water dispute, and it allows the Parliament to override the general judicial jurisdiction over the interstate water disputes. Also, when it comes to Article 262, Clause 2, over here the Parliament may also exclude the Supreme Court jurisdiction in the river water disputes, and thereby it establishes the specialized water disputes tribunals framework as well. There is also Schedule 7, that is about the sharing of the we have the different lists, the union list, the state list and concurrent list that is given under the Schedule 7, and its entry 17 of the state list, it is about the water supply, irrigation, canals, drainage, embankments and water storage, which gives the state's primary authority to construct the reservoirs like Mekedatu. At the same time, the entry number 56 of the union list is about regulation and development of the interstate rivers and river valleys, which enables the Parliament to regulate the interstate river systems for the public good as well. So, when it comes to the regulation of or the regulation sphere that is given in the Constitution of India, the provision is clear that the reservoirs, they can be made by the state, but at the same time the Parliament has the authority to regulate the interstate river systems as well. Now, when it comes to the Mekedatu, over here, there are certain challenges and the conflict points as well. The first one is about the absolute trust deficit because of the decades of the legal battle between Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. Over here, Tamil Nadu fears that there will be no sharing of the water that will be fair between Tamil Nadu and Karnataka if this dam or the reservoir is conducted. Also, there are massive ecological damages that will happen, because for constructing this dam, there will be submergence of 4,996, that is near about 5,000 hectares of the forest that will be submerged, and this is critical for the wildlife corridors, and it will again lead to the increased human-wildlife conflict that is already on rise in Karnataka. Alright, then there is the complex legal hurdle as well, because there are mandatory clearances that have to be taken from Cauvery Water Management Authority, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change as well. And there is also the legal bottleneck that is under the Cauvery management scheme. Over here, it is very important that no party state, it can construct a new storage reservoir without placing the proposal first and even the DPR or the detailed project report before the CWMA or Cauvery Water Management Authority, which will give it the clearance. So again, these are the certain challenges and the conflict points which are there when it comes to the reservoir. Now over here, it is also very important. I told you that Cauvery River is the river that is the most disputed river in the history of India and even in the present when it comes to India. Now over here, there are different adjudicating forums. We have Cauvery Water Dispute Tribunal that was formed in 1990 under the Act of 1956, Interstate Water Disputes Act, and it gave the final award in 2007. Alright, now when it comes to the Cauvery Water Disputes Tribunal, it established the base water allocations for all the 4 basin states and the union territory, not just states and the union territory as well when it comes to the Cauvery water. Then there is Cauvery Water Management Authority as well, which was created in 2018 by the Supreme Court order. Now, its direction on the water storage as well as control and releases, they are legally binding on all the states. Then we have Cauvery Water Regulation Committee or CWRC, which assists the Cauvery Water Management Authority and monitors the daily river water flow as well as the data measurements are also done by CWRC. Now, it acts as the expert body measuring the actual water releases at the Bengaluru, the place from where the actual release of the water it is measured. Then there is Supreme Court of India, and under Article 136, it is the final appellate authority when it comes to the interstate water disputes, and it modified the earlier award that was given in 2007 by Cauvery Water Dispute Tribunal in its 2018 judgment. And it has set the revised definitive water sharing formula that is currently in place, and this water sharing formula as per Supreme Court, it will be there for the next 15 years. Alright, very important to note over here. So this is how the Supreme Court have adjudicated the recent water sharing formula between all the riparian state. Kerala will get 30,000 million cubic feet of the water. That was earlier as well, and it was the same that was awarded by the Supreme Court. Then we have Karnataka. The Karnataka, it was given by the Water Dispute Tribunal. It was 270,000 million cubic foot that was given to Karnataka. It had been raised to 284.75. Alright, Tamil Nadu was given earlier 419 and its share was decreased to 404.25, and when it comes to Puducherry, it was given 7 originally by the Water Dispute Tribunal and it was kept at the same 7,000 million cubic foot or feet by the Supreme Court as well. So these are the riparian states, that is Kerala, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu as well as Puducherry, that is the union territory. So 3 of the states that are there, which is there where we have the Cauvery catchment areas that lies along with Puducherry, which had been impacted because of this water dispute that we are seeing right now. Now the problem with the Karnataka is also that when it comes to the Bengaluru region, so the Bengaluru region, it is going through the rapid urbanization and therefore the demand of the water, it increases. And we have seen in the summer season what happens is, or what happened in the past was that whole of Bengaluru, it was completely dry. The people over there, they were looking for the, the water resources, and the water, it had completely dried up in the Bengaluru region. So therefore, it is the duty of the government at the Karnataka to look after the Bengaluru population as well. At the same time, Tamil Nadu is, the government, it is basically, worried about the farmers which are there in the deltaic region, which will lose their crop if there will be any changes in the Cauvery water, sharing that is done between Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. And that is why this has again, taken the front seat when it comes to the disputes between the various states that are there. Over here, you can see that this is the Cauvery River, which starts from Karnataka and it starts from Brahmagiri Hills, and from there it traverses through from the Karnataka. There is Kerala as well, where we have the various tributaries which are located, and then it moves towards the Puducherry as well as through the Tamil Nadu, and then it merges with the we have Bay of Bengal, and there it makes the delta that is made by Cauvery River. Now over here you can see that here we have Bengaluru, and in the south of Bengaluru, this is where we have Arkavati that meets or merges, and this is the place where this dam or the reservoir, it will be located. So this is the place, it is in the southern Bengaluru, that is the region that we have. Alright, so that is all in today's video. Now, I hope that it is clear that what is the historical perspective of the Cauvery Water Dispute that is there, as well as why it is the most disputed river when it comes to the complete all the interstate river water disputes that we have in India. Now, if you are preparing for the UPSC Civil Services for 2027 or 2028 or for 2029, you can join the foundation course on the platform of StudyIQ, that is GS Foundation P2I resolution batch in English. And this complete batch is based upon the SMART model. That is, we have the structured classes, you get the mentorship, you get the assessment dashboard as well, through which you understand and you can comprehend your complete analysis, or your complete analytical tool is provided to you, which shows you where you are good, that is what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses as well. There is revision, as well as there are the test series that are available on the platform of StudyIQ, and that is the SMART model that we have on StudyIQ platform, where you get the complete structured preparation for your UPSC examination. So you can use the code, that is BRS Live, for the maximum discount. The batches, they are starting from 27th of May. Again, do not take too many of options or too many of days to decide. It is very important that if you want to clear the civil services examination, the early that you start, the early that you will be finishing. So that would be all. Thank you very much, guys, for joining me over here and for understanding what is the current perspective about the Cauvery Water Dispute and why this is important and why this has again surfaced onto the current affairs. So that would be all. Thank you. Bye-bye. Take care. Jai Hind. Do not forget to like, share, as well as subscribe to our channel so that you do not miss any of the updates. Thank you. Bye-bye. Take care and Jai Hind.